I'm Spencer.
And I'm Ezio.
And this is The Itch.
Welcome to the show.
And we're here to ask a question. Has Ubisoft done enough in regards to Assassin's Creed?
That's an interesting question, sir. Let's delve deep inside of it. First things first, I'm the realist. No.
So,
sorry.
let's get to what they've done. So obviously, Assassin's Creed Unity came out. It was broken.
It was a train wreck inside of a car accident that got bombed in the sewers. I don't know, covered in shit.
Yeah. So for those that haven't seen it, we actually did a review on it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So go ahead and check that out.
And during our review, I pointed out some things that were actually interesting about it. Some of the things that they tried to do, whatever. Like, for instance, I really love the cinematics. You really like to see these people interact. I think, looking back, I actually got a chance to look back at the old Assassin's Creed cinematics. That's one thing Ubisoft has always done right, is the cinematics. And I remember it was like on Kotaku, they made a big deal about how the kissing actually looks real. Like the actual, like, detection of the lips. You look like you're about to kiss. You're like...
I'm trying to get the thing right.
Yeah, like, okay, so like Dragon Age Inquisition,
like
for instance, they kiss like... That's how they kiss. In this one, you can actually tell. That's one thing that I found was interesting. And they actually did that way back in Assassin's Creed 3. I was like, wow, good job, and I went back and I looked at that and stuff like that. But... we talked about a lot of high points about it, but it's just like, I guess the gripe that I've had with it is it's like, holy shit, when you realize how big the update was to fix the game. And something, you can clearly tell, like they said they spent 4 years or 5 years working on it, I think it was, or 3 or 4 years or something like that. And it was definitely not done. You could tell it was not done yet. It was definitely rushed. There's no other way to explain how a patch this big had to come out.
Well, they had 4 rounds of bug fixes for this game. The latest one being a 6 point something gig patch, which, if you actually think about it, they released it, and for a lot of people, it's actually a 40 gig patch because the way it came out was it's basically replacing the game. So it came out as a huge patch for some people. They've had a dedicated website that explains the different layers of fixing they have to do.
Your game is bad if you have a fucking dedicated website. Here to answer all your needs,
Now, here's what they're doing to provide some compensation for it. For people that haven't gotten the DLC yet, well, that's coming out next year, that haven't actually bought it, they're offering it for free. It's called Dead Kings. For the people that have already bought the DLC, or I think it's the Season Pass. They're actually offering them a free game. A free game being Far Cry 4, The Crew, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, WD, what is that? I was shortening it.
Watch
Dogs. Rayman Legends, or Just Dance.
The bad thing? I don't know if you're going to talk about the selection, but the only good one on there is Far Cry 4.
Right.
Like,
well, no, how dare you short Just Dance? All right. If
right?
You ask me, Just Dance
it's gonna be okay.
Just Dance is a console seller right there.
Fuck that. The only good game on here
is Rayman Legends, but I don't think it's worth $60.
I don't even think it's worth a free game voucher when it's compared up to things like Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
If you want a game that's really gonna blow you away, get Far Cry 4.
Maybe instead of
yeah, right? Like, I'm sorry, you should got that instead. I should have got that instead. I could have had a way better review. We could have had more fun about it. This, that, and the third. But when you look at that, you look at the crew isn't that good. When you look at Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I didn't like it that much just because I felt like it was like Assassin's Creed 3 had already done it. But more importantly, story wasn't there, and it was just... And it's last year's thing. Why wasn't Rogue on here? If they're able to put Far Cry 4 on there, why don't they put Rogue on there? Because I heard Rogue was actually pretty good. I did not get a chance to play it.
What's your opinion on Watch Dogs?
We'll get to that.
But anyway, so they did all this stuff. Was that enough? Does this make up for the poor launch of the game?
I am the type of person where, like, I notice our generation and our community of gamers is very unforgiving, and I actually don't like that because it's okay to understand that somebody messes up something, right? Like, oh, hey, fucking Ubisoft, you could have done this shit better. But if their compensation should help to soothe the wounds. You shouldn't just be holding a grudge against someone because they made you spend $60 or more in the case of the season pass. They made you spend more. They're trying to compensate you because you're getting that season pass, but you're also getting another game. And what's even more is this stuff is right around Christmas. So hey, you can turn in that free game to get a free, like, hey, would you like Far Cry 4? Bam, done. Christmas shopping. This dude's happy, And the thing about it is we should never be so insistent on like being bloodthirsty about a group. It's just next time we just need to know better. So like when the next Assassin's Creed drops, which I heard takes place in the United Kingdom, Britain, like London, like fucking Big Ben just got built, era industrial and shit, smoke chimneys and stuff. You just need to pay more attention to it. So when that game drops, what we need to do is to not pre-order, to take a step back and go, okay, let's just see how it, and don't even, in my personal opinion, I'm not a fan of like just, all right, let's look at everyone else's reviews. I mean, we give you reviews, but we don't put scores on them because we want you to be like, hey, if you're into this, then play this game. Okay. Look at the reviews for, hey, is it buggy or something like that? Is it something I'm gonna be interested in? Don't look at, oh, it's an 8 out of 10. Just be like, hey, is it buggy? Does it run well? Is it something I'm willing to invest money in? That's what we need to do. We don't need to be marching with pickets or picket fences and pitchforks. Pitchforks. Those things.
Marching, holding our picket fences.
Right, the whole thing.
Well, I really like that you mentioned that a lot of gamers are really unforgiving these days. And unfortunately, I don't think Ubisoft is going to get over the blight. They're gonna have this. They're gonna have to wear this for a little bit.
I mean, look at freaking Microsoft. The thing, they have literally sent echoes of badness up until now. Like they're just finally starting to build steam now. So it shows that gamers are.
Well, and then they released Halo Master Chief Collection.
Well, they could have done that, but I still think it's a good game. That's just me.
But what I'm getting at is, as far as its view on the community, I don't think they're gonna get over this for a while.
No, they probably.
They're gonna, even though Far Cry 4 was released pretty much without incident.
This is a good game.
Like Ubisoft has kind of a bad, and granted, they're different departments and everything like that, but
they are.
But at the same time,
the collective whole.
Ubisoft has a lot to speak for.
The next Assassin's Creed needs to blow everyone out of the water. There cannot be any errors, no nothing. They pretty much have to pull a Dragon Age, which Dragon Age 2 to Dragon Age Inquisition, complete polar opposites. They have to do that in order to win back their fans, because people were even skeptical about Inquisition until it came out.
As a company, I think Ubisoft may have actually overcompensated.
Maybe.
A free $60 game.
They're losing a lot of money.
They're losing a lot, and I big props to them. Like they're trying to do right.
Then again, are they? Where can I go to redeem this? Do I redeem it offline or do I go to a GameStop?
I bet you it's an online code.
Okay, never mind then. He's like, if it's GameStop, they're not really losing the money. GameStop is. But I don't think it works that way.
But anyway, so they're losing a lot for it, and I think we can all appreciate it, and as a community we should give them a pat on the back, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it should be like, we forgive you, but we won't forget kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Kind of a female.
Because they're trying to work and to make it better. Every game company has fucked up really bad before. I mean, some haven't done it yet, but everyone's going to.
Right.
You really can't help it. Valve, I'm just waiting. I kind of think they might have actually already done their fuck up of their generation, which is just release the fucking thirds of games already. Like that's their fuck up, you know what I mean? Or if it fails to meet expectations, that'll be their fuck up.
Wasn't good and they just didn't make it. How about that?
Right. They'll be perfect forever.
So what's your take? Yes or no?
Well, like I said, forgive but don't forget.
I think that's perfect.
Don't be at these guys' throats. They fucked up and they realized it. What more do you want from them? Like they messed up. You shouldn't just be like, I want my individual justice served. Like, no, they're paying for it. Trust me, and they're trying to fix it the best way they can. Just next time a new Assassin's Creed come out, and that's the funny thing. It's only Assassin's Creed right now because Far Cry 4 was amazing. Far Cry 3 was amazing. Everyone's like, when's Far Cry 5? Because they love it. That's one of the few Ubisoft titles everyone loves. I'm not going to get Watch Dogs 2 when it first comes out. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm also going to wait when the next Assassin's Creed drops, even though it's a time period that I really want to do. Like, yes, they're going to talk all British, but still,
I totally agree. Forgive, but don't forget.
Yeah.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Justin.
And I'm producer Eric. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to join in on the discussion in the comments below, like this video, and subscribe to our channel. We produce new videos every week. Thanks for joining.